my mistrust has been confirmed, because you have made it clear, and at least I have understood you to mean, that the sole intention of the members of the National Assembly who are a part of this mediation is to use this mediation to blackmail the entire county government infrastructure so that you get what you want. When the Constitution under Article 96 talks about us as a Senate being representatives of the county governments and their interest, it doesn't mean that I am the legal representative of the county governments or their lawyers. We are not their lawyers. So I find it extremely disingenuous and very disrespectful for members of this committee to suggest that we can find a way to have a sitting with the county governors so that we force them to withdraw a case that they have filed under their constitutional right to question things in courts of law. So if indeed the entire reason for this mediation is so that the National Assembly can blackmail all of us so that they get what they want, then there is no reason for us to sit here. Honorable Chair, it has become extremely clear that the Division of Revenue now has been taken hostage by the National Assembly, and it will not be released until they get their RMLF money. The chair from the National Assembly doesn't want to mention a fund because he knows this is what they do every single time. The fund he has refused to mention is a CDF. Last time, because there was a court case, they used this process to manipulate and to blackmail all of us so that they get what they want. It is extremely unfair. And because Honorable Undo has taken time to read to me my roles, I also want to remind him that under Article 95(2), the National Assembly is required to resolve issues of concern to the people, not issues of concern to members of the National Assembly. It cannot be that you always front-load issues of CDF and RMLF because they are of concern to members of the National Assembly and not of concern to the people. Even when you are mentioning this issue of the presidential memorandum, you are threatening us that we will not be able to raise 2/3 in both houses. Yet just last week, a few weeks ago, there was a grave matter here where raising 2/3 of the members of the National Assembly and the Senate was not a problem. Where have those 2/3 gone? No wonder the public are criticizing us, that when it is issues to do with us, politicians, it's very easy for us to raise these numbers. But when it is questions to do with the public, Honorable Oundo, in your county in Busia, the question of CHPs, the question of the state of healthcare is a matter of concern to the people. The question of water in Nairobi is a question of concern to the people. It should be the foremost thinking of any member of the National Assembly, because that is what 95(2) requires you to do. So, Chair, me, I was hoping, because the tone that had been taken, I have not finished. And you are in our chamber, you should also allow us to feel that we are playing from the home ground. This is our home ground. Honorable Chair, let me finish. We are home ground, how do you not know? Chair, now I've even lost my train of thought. I had not finished, you know. So I had seen some light at the end of the tunnel from the presentation by Honorable Ochieng, that the issues were identified. Can we begin by being explained to, as a Senate, the thinking behind your amendment to Section 3 of the Act? Why is it, as a principle now, as members of Parliament, can Parliament take a position and say, this is going to be the principle going forward? If there is a shortfall in national revenue, who should bear that responsibility? So that next year and the year after that is not an issue. And if we don't fight about that, then we move progressively the way that he had listed those issues. He has said, and we had acknowledged, those of us from the Senate, that this issue of the RMLF is important to the members of the National Assembly. We had agreed that we will have to find a way to make a statement about that. How is that not enough, Honorable Oundo, as an assurance from you that we also consider this issue a big issue? But it is a personal issue. It's a personal issue to members of the National Assembly. It is not a matter that is personal to the people. So, Honorable, no, he's disrupting my train of thought. Honorable Chair, so can we be told now by the members of the National Assembly, are they saying that unless we have a solution, unless we assure Honorable Undo that I'll go and find the Council of Governors and tell them to withdraw their case, that this mediation cannot go on? Is that what they are saying? Because if that is what they are saying, then we can also draw certain lines in the sand. We will not be used to blackmail other institutions that we have no control over.
Honorable Undo.
First of all, I want to put it on record. RLMF is not for members of Parliament. CDF is not for the members of Parliament. The roads are not for members of Parliament. They don't use the roads exclusively. They are for the people of Kenya. CDF is not petty cash for members of parliament. It is for the people of Kenya, the poor boys and girls in the various schools in this country, who make sure they get classrooms, they get dormitories, they get laboratories, they get bursary. We need to take this notion out of senators that CDF, RLMF is petty cash for members of parliament. It is not. It is for the people of Kenya. Would they as well argue that the money given to the counties is for the governors so that they can carry chairs with them wherever they go?
To other mediations is not a proof of experience. It is a proof of I've been there, I saw. Last time when we met with the Council of Governors, and I'll be very bare on it, I was lucky to get governors who've been members of parliament, together with the other governors. The chair, outgoing chair of COG was there, Honorable Wanga was there. I actually never said it. Honorable Wanga was very forthright with them. He told them, as you negotiate, these are the likely political advice that you may get. So if we want to sound sophisticated and we want to sound very official, I'll go with Honorable Sifuna. Let's raise the issues. Let's even conclude our mediation meeting today, and we proceed to the National Assembly. If that is what we want, we are very agreeable. However, I don't think the mandate of this mediation is to finish the meeting quickly. Neither is it to present the report. From where I sit, the mandate of this mediation is to successfully unlock the monies. If that is what we have in mind, Honorable Sifuna, unfortunately, we will not run away from the fact that this report will end up in the Senate, and this report will end up in the National Assembly. And for sure, as the light comes in the morning, Honorable Sifuna, is that without addressing the underlying issues, I am just being honest. Let me finish. I am not. I have been there. I know for sure. No.
Senator Sifuna, allow him to finish, please.
Honorable Sifuna, finish. You know the same thing, the same reasoning, and I'm telling you, today just come to the National Assembly, interact with members. In fact, I usually feel the cases around the FAD are always now the blackmail. The reasoning of the Senate, as you say, the reasoning of the National Assembly is that the COG uses the case to blackmail the process, and that is the fact. So we can move forward, but I've given you the atmosphere in the National Assembly, and we can't run away from it.
My proposal, Chair, just one thing. My proposal, now that we have added the comments, why don't we adjourn until next week?